We are at the Prairie Center Cemetery in Soto, Kansas, and Dad is going to see the grave of his maternal grandparents for the first time in his life here. And that is it right here. Reverend Isaac and Elizabeth Ann Watson.
Elizabeth Ann.
Yeah.
And little... Can't read the rest of that.
Yeah, we'll look at it. It's really kind of a quaint little cemetery. It's in the middle of nowhere. We had to take dirt roads to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Reverend Isaac Newton Watson. And then they put the Watson on the top. So.
1850
to 1904.
1934.
1904, Dad. He died in 1904, your grandfather.
Well, I wouldn't doubt your word. Huh?
No, that's a 9, see? 19, that's a 0. 1904. That's a 0. And then Elizabeth Ann Watson, and her name was Elizabeth Ann Hagedorn. That was her maiden name, which was actually a Dutch origin.
It would be on there someplace, wouldn't it?
No. She was born in 1856 and died in 1916 when my grandmother, I believe, was probably 18, maybe 19. My grandmother was the youngest child, so she was the baby in the family. So my dad never knew these grandparents because they had passed away long before he was born. So the only grandparent he can remember is his grandma Long, which whose house we visited about 3 days ago. No, that's right. I'm going to talk while I'm filming this. Dad's maternal grandmother, her parents died when she was young. Her dad hung around a little bit, but I think he had some issues. I think he might have been alcoholic. So her mother, who was Amelia Hoyt, well, no, she was Amelia, but her, I guess, her maternal side was Hoyt. So Elizabeth's uncle, Charles Hoyt, raised her. So this, this is she probably want to be buried by him. And then Jane, his wife. So these parents were probably the only parents that Elizabeth Watson actually ever knew, my dad's grandmother. So it's kind of moving that they're buried here in the same. And this is a beautiful cemetery. It's well taken care of. They have benches. They actually have a place where you can find all the graves listed. And boy, that if I had that earlier today, it made my life a lot easier, I tell you. So this is a very special moment. First time my dad's ever been here, 93 years, and I'm not sure any of his siblings have ever been here either. So I know Grandma was here on her Watson reunions that she had every few years, and they would come here. But so Reverend Isaac Newton Watson, Elizabeth Ann Watson, Hagedorn, Charles D. Hoyt, her uncle who raised her, Jane C. Hoyt, his wife. Very, very interesting. So this is a big deal. Oh, by the way, Elizabeth's son, one of her sons, she named Charles Hoyt. He became president of Seattle Pacific College, and she named him after her uncle. So this was a very important person, and these were very important people in her lives, and so they're buried here. So this is something really special. So green here. It's really a beautiful cemetery here. They really take care of this thing. So the
Who was this White family?
that was your grandma's maternal relatives on her mom's side.
Yeah.
So we're gonna probably go to the motel over in Independence,
See that
Missouri.
kid over there that died at 21?
Why? What happened?
What?
Why? What happened?